Yeah, you damn right it's no stress. We got the W. Ha! Take that! Gosh dang it. What's up, Trav?
61 yards was about 2 yards in my comfort zone. Anything inside of 60, I was like, oh,
God,
boy.
that got scary, didn't it?
He made a 57-yard early in the game look like it was a chip shot.
Yes. Thank you, Sam Darnold, for patting the football and only giving them one shot at it.
I got a quick question. I've never spoken to Sam Darnold, so I don't know. Does he think there's a fifth quarter?
No.
Because why was he not going fast?
I don't know. That's him.
That was crazy to me.
That was him. That's him.
Like, it was just this, we'll say, huddle up, see what's going on, walk to the line of scrimmage, let the clock bleed. Like, dude, there's not a fifth quarter, right?
I try not to knock people, but I meant that during the crossover. He is not the guy.
Well, then F you on behalf of
Minnesota.
Ernest Jones.
Right, Minnesota, Seattle, you had a chance to beat the Rams. You really did. You left too much meat on the bone. That's a very good football team.
Very.
That is an excellent football coach. There was some excellent football in that game.
Oh, yeah.
Time management, squeezing people.
Oh, yeah.
Gutsy calls on both sides. A lot of hitting going on. We were talking about this earlier. You got Tampa coming up, and you have to respect the next opponent. And you do. All focus is on the Buccaneers. But you better keep an eye on what Seattle's doing. That ain't over. That is not over by a long shot.
I said it during the postgame show last night. I think they're going to meet in the playoffs. I think they'll play a third time.
I hope not. I swear to God, I hope
really
not.
do. I think that of all the teams that we've seen them play this year, and I'm including Philadelphia, San Francisco, and that's the best team they've played, and I really don't think it's close.
100%.
Darnold is the great equalizer if you're going up against them because he's going to give you some. But that's the best team I've seen them play all season. I thought that was their best win of the season by a mile. Like that was a really hard-fought, good win against a really good team.
I love how I got to give Seattle credit. I love how they set up the run game. They gave you Charbonnet. They gave you some stuff early. And then once you got worn down, they gave you Walker. And he's already super fast.
He's
right?
good.
And he became the Flash in the third and fourth quarter. That's the last guy you want to see. That got scary. You were like an eyelash away from him breaking from them breaking the game open, taking control of it. Credit to the Rams for hanging in there. So, like you said, they are in control of their own destiny right now, in control of the NFC West. I love seeing Niner fans right now. Ha, ha, ha. There was another one at the gym wearing a sweatshirt. You know what he said? You got a W against the practice squad.
No,
doesn't that sound? Isn't that bitter?
We did. We were at the Hollywood Park Casino after the game last night, and Seahawks. If we didn't throw 40, like when did we start doing the if this then that?
That's
you either win or you. I looked in the standings this morning just to double check. They count wins and losses.
That's it. Style points don't matter.
Here's what matters. Did you score more or less points than your opponent?
We call
that's what they keep track of. None of this other stuff.
No, we call that the H ratio. A guy's name is Howard Balzer. He's been around the NFL.
Remember that guy.
Remember that dude?
Yeah.
Been around forever. So he had the H ratio. He would be the guy that says if you remove the 200 yards rushing or the break, like Saquon Barkley's breakaway runs, if you remove those, you had a great day against the run.
Doing?
He's just trying to write columns.
Yeah, if I were 9 inches taller and much quicker and more athletic and had a handle and could jump and could shoot, then I would be in the NBA. Do I get to go to the NBA now because I created these variables?
If you erase my divorce, I'm still rich. Anyway, okay, so 79 snaps. This is what drove me crazy, and this is what we were talking about earlier in the pre-show. I didn't think Matthew Stafford played that well at all. I thought Seattle really dialed up the heat. I think this is the best defense the Rams have played all season
by
long.
A mile.
By a long shot. So I think it got to them. I think it got to the offense. You jumped out to a big lead, and then you couldn't really move the football or stay consistent. But 79 snaps at this point in the season, too many. So at the end of the game, you could tell the Rams were sucking wind.
Well,
Seattle had the momentum.
There was that stretch through the second and basically the entire second quarter and the beginning of the third where the Rams defense was on the field the entire time.
The entire time.
I'm looking forward here. I have it written down here somewhere. The three drives that they had. Here it is. So they had a 6-minute and 50-second drive, followed by the Rams going 3 and out.
Uh-huh.
Then they were back out on the field for 7 minutes and 47 seconds.
Yeah.
Followed by the half. And then they came back out and had a 6-minute drive to open the third quarter.
That's a long time.
That's forever.
Yes, and they're going to find holes on you. That's the thing. The whole point about defense, this is why 3 and outs are so damn damaging to offenses, is because you don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah.
It's 3 plays, you're out, and you're trying to figure out you're trying to get back on the field. If you're out there for 10 plays, 12 plays, 16 plays, 37 minutes, that's how long they had the football. They're going to find out everything. They're going to have stuff. They're going to have stuff on Jared Verse. They're going to have stuff on this corner. They're going to know what he can and can't do, what he's reading on. They're going to come at you and find holes. Same thing McVay does. He's going to find those dead spots and move the football down the field.
The Rams defense was great yesterday. They give up 19 points and were on the field the entire game. That's extraordinary. They give up one touchdown despite being on the field for 2/3 of the game.
Right.
That is an incredible accomplishment. And I'm not doing the if-then thing, the H factor. Is that what it's called?
Ratio.
H ratio.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm not going to – I was never good at ratios anyway.
Me either.
I never liked those 2 little dots in the middle.
Oh, my God.
That always confused me.
You
like, if we're going to do math, right? I never – in the SAT, they'd put the double dots. This is to that. Is like, I'm out on this. Ratios were never my thing.
We're doing fractions right now at home, by the way. Oh, my God.
Do they at least do those right?
Kind of.
Have you done that crazy-ass base 10 math?
Yes. I hate it.
It doesn't make any sense.
Just do it this way, and if you get it wrong, it's on me. There. That's the way I go with it. Yes.
What were we talking about? That's what it was. I'm not H ratioing this thing at all. If there was a different quarterback, and I'm not saying Geno Smith necessarily. I'm just saying somebody that doesn't throw it to the other team 4 times. I think that game turns out a little differently.
It could be.
Because they just kept knocking on the door and they couldn't punch it in. Every time it felt like the Rams were on the verge of letting the momentum slip away, right?
Yeah.
First quarter, they're getting ready to score a touchdown. They get stopped on 4th down. You're like, damn, okay, that's not good. That's not a great way. And then Darnold immediately gives it back to you.
Right back. I know.
Third quarter, Puka puts it on the ground. You're like, uh-oh, this is not good. And then Darnold immediately throws you another one.
Thank you, Sam.
In the 4th quarter, the Rams really aren't moving the ball at all to speak of on offense. He throws you another one and gives you a super short field.
Thank you, Sam.
And they punch it in again. Like every time Seattle had a chance to get a stranglehold on that, Darnold would trick it off.
Yeah, and shout out to Cam Kinchins. Hell of a day by him, Colby Durant. That entire secondary played pretty good ball. Mm-hmm. Emmanuel Forbes has taken a giant.
He was even pretty good in the run game, D'Marco.
Yes. That's the thing that I like the best about him is how physical he's been. But he went nose to nose with Smith and Jigba.
He did.
And had a pretty good game. So, again, shout out to that defensive staff. Aubrey Pleasant getting them ready. What's up?
How good was that catch?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. When they replay that for the visitor, it's a great catch.
So you're down on the sidelines. I'm up in the press box, and everybody just kind of went, whoa.
Everybody shut up.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, how was the arena when
everybody shut up? Everybody shut
amazing.
up. Everybody's on the same page. That was a hell of a freaking catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame, though. I mean, that's how good he is, and if their quarterback situation improves, he could really be something special. But as it is, speaking of our special quarterback, he has got to be better than that. Let's see, 29 of 44. That's
he missed some early ones, too.
15 of 28 for $130. Yeah, he missed too many. 2 touchdowns, no picks. You'll take that any day of the week, but there were some situations where you could have had some plays, some moments to keep the ball rolling, to stay on the field.
And I agree with what you're saying, but the thing that I keep coming back to is he did not have an MVP caliber day, which he'd been stacking one on top of the next. This was a pretty, statistically speaking, a pretty pedestrian day, and they won the game.
They did.
Against a really good team. And he didn't throw any there. Davante had a drop that I think kind of killed him at one point along the way. But if that's the floor, that's a pretty high floor.
I give Davante a lot of credit. He's fighting through pain.
That back.
You can tell it's bothering him.
Yeah.
To me, I would blame those drops on that.
Okay.
And like I said, it's damn near a miracle he's out there anyway. A receiver with an oblique.
One catch for 1 yard and a touchdown.
You got to have more than that.
It was a very weird day.
You know what I haven't heard in the last 24 hours? Has it been 24 hours yet?
Close.
It has been. Any Kyren Williams slander. I haven't heard any.
Look, as long as he doesn't fumble, there's nothing to slander him
I haven't heard any Kyren Williams slander.
Everybody's like this. Is he going to?
Right.
Okay, good play.
That was about.
Wait.
That was the best I've seen him play.
He's good.
That was the best I've seen him play.
He's really good. He just fumbles.
A long of 34 finally. 12 carries, 91 yards, 7.6 yards a carry, and a touchdown. Shout out to the O-line as well. Kyren had a great day. The O-line had a great day. I was looking at this. The Seahawks only had 3 hits and no sacks. That's what I mean. There was pressure there, but he's not like he's getting knocked around.
No.
So I'm trying to figure out why you're a little bit off if you're Matthew Stafford.
There was pressure. The Rams didn't sack Darnold either, but he was under pressure the entire game.
I haven't gone through it. I wonder if it's pressure or more of what they were doing in coverage and fooled it.
It could be. It felt like he had to move off his spot a lot. There was a lot of pressure coming right up the middle. It felt like from where I was sitting.
I would bet they had great disguise on him.
I Matthew Stafford was okay. It just I think part of what happens with a guy like him playing like he is that you go, oh, okay, a 5 touchdown, no interception, 350. Okay, that's what you expect. This was not his best effort, but it wasn't dreadful either. I think that defense is really good.
It depends on how you look at it. 2 of 11 on third down, 18%. That's dreadful.
That's not very good
in a game that you need to have. That's what I mean.
They did get it though.
They did. Yeah. They did. But I mean, because he missed. If it's closer, that goes through, and
I think,
and I'm happy about the W.
Yeah.
Look, it's not about style points; it's about stacking wins. Great, but if they're a little bit closer, if Sam Darnold doesn't pat the football 3 times and they can run another play, you might be in trouble there. This could be a completely different Monday.
It could be, but it's not. And that's what I keep coming back to. That the Rams defense, I thought, did an amazing job to make them burn a bunch of time towards the end of the game there. They made Darnold do what Darnold does. And by the way, no one else had really done that to him this season. I think that the Rams
Sam
defense,
Darnold? He turned it over 3 times last week.
I get it, but they won the game. This was one of these things. They didn't score any touchdowns until the very end. They put him in a box the entire game. He kept turning it over to him. I just thought that the Rams defense matched the Seattle defense. I think if those two teams played 10 times, nobody's getting a 30.
Hey, look, I'm not taking my eye off of Seattle for the rest of the year. I mean, they are absolutely legit. More on that later.